been a while, and uh, so much stuff to do, and a lot of engagements and commitments wouldn't let me um, share my experiences as I normally do with you. Today I just want to talk about something that is quite usual to us, something that is quite important to address, and which should be something that we should, as a matter of urgency, look into. It is normal, and most times, in fact, 99 or 98% of ex-seminarians and religious are dealing with um, anger, a lot of anger issue. I don't mean lashing out and being destructive and violent, no, but that type of seeming anger, that is simmering inside, especially when you see the person that caused your expulsion, for those who were expelled, or for those who were withdrawn against their wishes. When you see the person who caused your withdrawal from the life, from the religious life, um, seminary, or caused your bishop to maybe laicize you. When you see someone who looks like that person, or when you see anything that reminds you of that person or people, that's the anger comes up. Reminds you of everything that is wrong with you. And so it is normal and natural for so many people to have that bitterness in them for a long time. And some don't do anything about it. Some try actively to resolve it, or resolve whatever it is. But a lot live on with that anger, and that's that lack of peace, internal peace. There is nothing more valuable than having peace in yourself, having that peace of mind without, having to struggle about, when you remember someone or people, or, every day when you wake up, you just get that anxiety. That anxiety. A lot of ex-seminarians and ex-religious are diagnosed with depression and anxiety disorder. And the reason is very simple, because the anger and resentment is linked to anxiety. And anxiety, when you are so anxious of life, what will tomorrow be, what will happen to me, what will do this, what will do that, and things are not working the way you have already planned, and you fall into depression because you're not meeting up to what you have already envisaged, what you have already planned your life to be, which in most cases will be to become a priest or religious. Finding that inner peace of mind is very important for your rehabilitation, for your moving on in life. If you still have anger towards whoever, if you're still angry towards whoever, you're not doing yourself a favor. I've said this a lot of times, and I will keep saying it because it is quite difficult sometimes to handle. The ability to move on. There are a lot of things that contribute towards a successful rehabilitation from a life, from the religious life to secular world, secular life. There is a lot to take into consideration, a lot of factors. If there is anyone who is causing you to lose your peace of mind, try to get it sorted. Try to get it resolved. If you don't, you are harming yourself. It's just like, someone drinking acid and trying and wishing for the other person to die, but you are the person drinking the acid. The effects of unresolved anger and animosity, the negativities around you, it is quite toxic. It kind of infests on whatever you touch your hand, whoever you get to deal with, your new business partners, your new friends, your new social group, social circle. It keeps, spilling off. It keeps, this is an unconscious act, unconscious reaction. If you have something that is bothering you inside, if you have unresolved anger and aggression and resentment, you cannot stop it from coming out. You might be quite careful and very watchful and always on the guard to not allow, to not be actively talking about or doing something that is caused by what is going inside. But sometimes we are not conscious 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks in a year. No, you cannot be conscious all the time. Some days or sometimes you are unconsciously doing what we're doing, and the actions inside are the things that motivate, the things that cause you to do things you do. most of the times. Those unconscious moments, unconscious decisions, unconscious resolutions are the things that direct our lives, not the conscious ones. The subconscious directs us. And the subconscious, the things that are in the subconscious are more or less, most of the time, unconscious. They're coming out unconscious to you. You might be doing something else, maybe you might be doing something, but then your face, the expression of your face will say a lot more than what you're doing. So in essence, you might be maybe pretending, or maybe you might be having a good time, but then your facial expression is different from the atmosphere or from the picture you want to paint. The reason is because something is going inside you that you have no control over. There are ways you can try actively to find your peace of mind. Some people call it the Zen. Zen. That's a peace, inner peace. If you cannot forgive, because I understand that a lot of people find it a lot difficult to forgive. And some other people find it a lot easier to move on, forgive and move on. These are not, the ones that don't forgive easily and the ones that forgive easily. The difference doesn't make you a good person or a bad person, that you're able to forgive easily and move on, or not forgive easily. It doesn't make you a bad person or a good person. It's just your personality, your personal disposition. But how you handle it makes the difference. So for those who find it a lot easier, especially the people with water temperament or wind temperament, find it easy to, whatever, come on, let's go on. But the people with fire personality or earth personality, they find it, the earth is unmovable. The fire is quite violent. So the people with, fiery temperament find it very difficult to forgive. And people that are like earth, they don't move, but inside them, a lot of things are going on. They don't forgive easily. They find it very difficult to move on when things happen, when they have hitch on their track. So when you learn your temperament, your personality, your tendencies, dispositions to help you to deal with these things, you can move away from that environment if you can afford it. I've always advocated for a change of environment. Once you are an ex-seminarian or an ex-religious, a change of environment will do you a lot of good. Take a risk. Carry your bag. Move to an unknown place. Within the country, outside the country, anywhere that is affordable, that you can do something. Just move away. New challenges in life take your mind off the old things. New challenges get you engaged. New challenges, new places, new friends redirect your orientation. They help you. And when you have a lot to think about, a lot to sort out, a lot to pursue, a lot to deal with, you tend to forget the old things in your life that are bothering you, because you have something that engages you, something that takes your energy, that expends your energy. You don't have that same energy to keep thinking about what you've been, what old things. You spend those energy in the things, new challenges, new environment to help you change the environment to where you're not known. Nobody knows you, or very few people knew who you used to be, your form of life. To give you a breathing space from the staring eyes, from the talking, wagging mouth, from the pity, pity, this uncalled sympathy, unsolicited sympathy. Move away. A new place. Start afresh. If you are able to be in a situation, be in a place, environment where, just even if you don't eat, have nothing to eat, at least you are not worried about, oh, this person is looking at me, or this person is talking about me, or this person is doing his face like that, or doing her face like this, or whatever. It's yourself to help you to deal with this resentment and anger and emotion, or just negativities that follow you around. Another way you can deal with this would be to be spiritual. I don't mean saying your rosary, or going to mass, going to church, or going to all these religious activities. That's not what I'm saying. Being spiritual is different from being religious. Most of the time, what we see people do is being religious, being pious, doing all these overt activities that will get them recognized as pious, spiritual. When we were in the seminary, we see people, oh, this person is spiritual because he goes to the chapel all the time, even when other people are doing their games or having their recreation, they will be in the chapel praying. That's not spirituality. I remember one of my philosophy days, I pretty much spent 99% of my time during recreation, night recreation. I spent 99% of my time all through my philosophy days doing one spiritual activity or the other. Having this prayer meeting, or Bible sharing, or charismatic, or other pious or religious activities. And then I was thinking I was spiritual. Well, actually, it never gave me the time to look into myself and think about what I want, what I really wanted. Why it engaged me so much that I spend my energy trying to be something that maybe I would wish to be, maybe because of the environment I was in at the time. We all know that in the ministry, the more recognized priests and the religious are those who are doing bubu yaya, or who are doing prayer, or one spiritual activity or the other, miracles and all that. So I was trying to cultivate that habit of being spiritual in that sense, being prayerful, being, maybe pursuing my, if I will have any gift of the Holy Spirit, or things that will help me to become a good priest, a relevant priest. Not a good priest, but a relevant priest. But then when I went to theology in a different institution, different people, different new friends, new environment, new association, new colleagues, new everything. I had time, so I had no more my prayer partners or all those religious groups that I enjoy. I enjoyed, I enjoy going, or I joined when I was in the philosophy days. I didn't have those commitments anymore, so I had a bit of a time for myself, and then I sat down and I started thinking about myself and what I really want, not what the ministry will want me to be, but what I really want. So, it gave me a new challenge. I started thinking about, is this really what I want? And that's when I made the drastic move that ended me here. So, change of environment is always good. Being spiritual, think about, life from a different perspective, different dimension. So, now it is very difficult for me now to see someone killing any animal, the chicken, the goat, the cow, the whatever, that violent act of killing, for me now, it is so wicked, because I am seeing life from a different perspective now, where I think everything in this life, everything you see has a life, just like I do. So everything has a life. So I respect everything because I want everything to respect me. So when I see now, for example, I look around, there are so many squirrels around, there are so many birds around, and there are so many animals around, and then I look at them, they come around here, and then I will want to feed them, because I believe that they are actually enjoying their life. They have their purpose. The purpose is not for me to kill them. So I look at them from a different perspective now. So see things from a different perspective will change your orientation about your life, about everything. So that is being spiritual, thinking about life from a different perspective from what you used to know. Think about, not the supernatural. I don't want to use those words, supernatural or mystery, or, I see things as part of me. I'm part of the world, and they are part of the world. So they are part of the world, and I'm part of the world. We are all part of the world. So we all belong to the world. That's it. That's the type of spirituality that I practice now. And when I see something, I think about what it will be for another person. So if I want to do something, I first of all consider whether it will hinder or help another person along the way. Am I causing more problems, more obstacles for another person, or am I helping the next person coming after me? That's what I think about now. Another way you can deal with this resentment, anger, and letting go of the old things and moving on with your life is get a hobby, something that you like doing. Anything that you like doing, just pursue it. Just something that will give you a relief for some time, that when you are doing this, you are at your element. You are at your best. You're happy. It doesn't matter how long that lasts. A minute, 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever, do things that make you happy. Pursue hobby. Pursue things that make you unhappy, and forget about, this person said, that person said, this person is looking at me, that person is looking at me. And more especially, try not to be a victim. Don't have the victim mentality. We will talk about it sometime in the future, about this victim mentality, which is another thing that most ex-seminarians and ex-religious battle with. So you can go to you can go in the bush, or a quiet area where you can just have time for yourself, for that peace of mind to come back. Enjoy it. So that's what I want to share with you today, and hopefully, one day at a time, one step forward, one step at a time, you will get to rehabilitate from the negativities, from whatever that is holding you from moving on. One step at a time, gradually, you'll get there, and you will find that zest for life, that interest in living, that thing that makes you think, that the thing that pushes you, that thing that makes you wake up every morning and be happy. Gradually, step by step, we'll get there. All right, that's what I want to talk about today, and hopefully, if you have anything to contribute, if you have anything you want me to talk about, if you have anything that is bothering you, tell me about it. But I don't have enough money to go around. There's a lot of people to help out there. I can only do the much I can. I don't have all the money. But tell you what, having money doesn't bring peace of mind. It doesn't automatically guarantee you peace of mind. So let not money be your beginning and end all. Let it be part of what you are aiming at, not the terminus ad quem. Thank you.